The Ospreys and Spartans met up for the first time since their Atlantic Sun Conference Championship showdown, and the result the same. UNF with a total team win all the way around, and we'll show you exactly what we mean by that here in just a moment. But Phil, this was a game that Upstate made several runs at the Ospreys, but when the dust settled and all was said and done, this team played like a defending champion.
Absolutely. I think a team win is a great way to summarize it. And Upstate did a nice job in the early going of defending the three. We felt like that would be a key. They held their own, but UNF, as good teams, it's a mark of them. They didn't make very many mistakes. Only 4 turnovers here on the road and really running away with this one in the end.
Only 4 turnovers, but plenty of highlight moments. We'll take a look back at those highlights for UNF now. And what you will see in the end, 6 players in double figures for this team.
Totally balanced across the board, and guys scoring in a myriad of ways, getting to the hoop. This guy for UNF in the early going was really, really strong when you talk about Malonga, and then Moore got into the act with some circus shots, a definite favorite for Conference Player of the Year, and then some highlight reel moments from Chris Davenport as well. Total team effort across the board. Beach getting hot from beyond the arc as North Florida really put it together here tonight.
Malonga and Moore end up with 16 apiece, and they lead the way in scoring. Again, 2 of the 6 when you throw in Beach, Davenport, and then also end up with Daniels and Mackey in there, who all ended up in double figures. Only 2 ended up in double figures for Upstate. Deion Holmes got there late, the outstanding freshman, but it was Michael Buchanan from start to finish who was the story. He ended up with exactly half the Spartans' point total on the night.
UNF decided not to double team Buchanan really all night, and the guy from Vegas really made them pay. The game of his career with 31 points. Also with 7 rebounds. You throw in 2 blocks as well, and he really had good position all evening. He absorbed some contact, Jason, ended up going 3 or 4 from the foul line as well. So maybe a coming out party for this young man, and a great time for it as conference play is here, and they really needed all of his points tonight to stay in it.
So here are the numbers from UNF, improving to 5-0 in ASUN play. Upstate falls to 1-3, and you see some of those individuals we talked about there. And the turnover margin you talked so much about, Phil. Enough three-point shooting for the nation's best three-point shooting team when it comes to the number of 3 balls they get across the course of a game. But they won both halves, and that's what it takes to continue to stay unbeaten.
There you see 39 in each. You talked about that stat earlier when they eclipse 80 points and how tough they've been to beat. Almost there, but coming on the road and really on both ends of the floor doing a nice job of getting conference road wins aren't easy, and UNF picked up another one here tonight.
All the pieces seem to be in place for the Ospreys, though there's a lot of conference basketball left, and they're just beginning to embark out on the road. Speaking of being on the road, that's where the Spartans have been for some time, but they're in the midst now of a 3-game homestand. And the next broadcast you'll get a chance to see on ESPN3 is Saturday's doubleheader. Both the men and women expected to be in action here in the Hodge Center. Of course, that's weather permitting, with some of the storms that are expected to roll through the upstate of South Carolina this week. So another outstanding game in the Hodge Center. The Spartans hung close for a while, but in the end, the defending champs in the ASUN just a bit too much, and the Ospreys pick up a 78-62 win to stay unbeaten in Atlantic Sun Conference play.